Hi everyone, it's Ethony. Welcome back to my channel, or hello to all my brand new tarot bumblebees. Welcome, welcome if this is the first time you're finding my little corner of the intertubes. Today I have a couple of decks to show you. They are the new Funko Pop decks. So I got sent the Nightmare Before Christmas Funko Pop Tarot, Funko, and the Villains Funko Tarot deck. And they were actually sent to me by Inside Editions. So I just want to let you know that they were sent to me for free. I haven't accepted any payment or anything like that for the video at all, but they were sent to me for free. And I think maybe after this video, they may never send anything to me again. But I also just want to say that I understand that I'm not necessarily the target audience for these decks. I feel that these decks are for a younger demographic, and I say this in my video. So what I did was I put both of the original Nightmare Before Christmas deck and the original Villains deck in the same order as the Funko ones when they arrived, and I did a side-by-side comparison so that you can see what you will get and what it looks like before you go and purchase these if they are something that you're looking at. So I've put where you can find these decks and the originals in the description box. And please remember, this is just my thoughts. These are just my opinions. You don't have to share them. I understand the work that goes into creating decks. Absolutely do I ever. It's just something that I was reflecting on while I was doing this. So without any more warnings, I guess, or preamble, let's go have a look at these two decks. We're going to start with the Nightmare Before Christmas. So this is a brand new one that came out, which is the Funko Pop, and this is the original. They're both by Insight Editions, and I actually spent time going through and putting them in the exact order so you could see the differences. Now, the first difference is the actual size. The cardstock is a lot thicker in the Funko ones, I noticed. The boxes, very similar designs, so there's not, a huge difference there. I'm running out of room on my desk. Okay, so the first thing I thought when I got them was, I wonder if they're just going to do a literal copy of what is in the original, and that's it. And spoiler alert, that's exactly what happened. The books are the same. I dare to think that the books are exactly the same. Let me have a look at the tower. Yeah, literally the same book. Literally the same book. So there's nothing that is changed here at all. So yes, as you can see, this Funko deck is a lot bigger. These are the bags. And let's get into the side-by-side. What I will say is I think Funkos are really cute. I have already spoken about how I feel that this deck, the original, really missed an opportunity with the lore and the art. They really could have done, I believe, a better job on some of the cards. This card, fabulous, right? Whereas the witch card, why not put something in the background there, just to make it a little bit more. Some of it feels lazy and some of it doesn't. So there's a lack of cohesion there. This has the very thick kind of laminate stock, which I don't hate. It's actually really nice. But if you don't like a big chunker of a deck, you might not like it. They both have borders. It's very, I do like that we have the Roman numeral up here in the Funko one. but it is literally a copy. Someone just got the original version and did a Funko version. And it's not that I don't think that this isn't cute. I think that there, for a very specific age group or target audience, I think that it's fine. But the difference in the level of artwork here, I mean, this is off center, but that's fine. You know, it's really, like, for me, I would always go for this one. I think it would be a fun deck to read with at a market or a Halloween fair, you know, something where you know people are going to be really into it, but just like the difference, right? Like, we've got some people from Halloween Town listening to him. Here we have the shadow elements on the wall behind, and like it loses its detail, which again, Funko is known for that minimalistic kind of look. So I don't think that's anything wrong, but it's just, you'll see it more when we get into the minor, where I do think it could have, I really do love the zero. I just really want a zero bag. I could have gotten one last year and I didn't, because I was like, I have no room for more freaking lounge fly bags in my life, but I wish I kind of did. But as we go in, you're going to see more and more the differences, how this is, I guess, like how I struggle with this. Really love that perspective. Going into the minors. Okay. So again, love. I got no problem with that. I think it's very, very cute. I think it could be more junior. I mean, I think the first time my son watched this movie, he was really young, and he's never been afraid of monsters because of it. Loves this movie. We watch it every year at Christmas and Halloween. So like these cards, okay, cool, they're kind of cute. But when we start getting into some of them, like this is great for the Four of Wands. Love this for the 5, because these guys. But then we get to this, which is meant to mean victory, and it's just a candelabra with spider on this one, and it's just 6 candles. Like, they could have fixed this, you know, like, oh, it just makes, like this one, oh, I just can't. And how is like this almost feels like it should be this, right? This feels like it should be this, which it's not. And then this feels like it should be this, but it's not. I don't know, man. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. It's just such a shame that it wasn't elevated, I guess is the word that I'm looking for. But what? I'm probably expecting way too much. But again, it's like, why? It's so lazy. Because this deck, if this had just a little bit more thought put into the artwork, and I'm talking about the original here, then it would have transferred over to the Funko. This would have been one of my favorite decks of all time. I could probably quote this entire movie to you, but some of it is really well done. Very, very thoughtful, right? The Knight of Presents, the Page of Presents, like I think that's really, really cute. And I'm not blaming the creator or the artist. I think Abigail is so talented. I don't know whose decision it was, but I tell you, if they had let me go carte blanche with this, fuck, I would have done a banger, guys, because I'm obsessed with Halloween. Like, this is so great. Like, the 3 presents, like, why not put this amount of care into each card? All right. You've heard me bang on about this before if you watched my other one of this. It's so cute. The little this one is adorable, the little ghost. Another lazy one. I don't know. Am I being an asshole? Probably. The snake. Fucking so cute. See, some of them are super cute. Like, this makes sense. King of Needles, King of Swords. You know, it makes sense too. The Queen. I get it. And again, like, okay, so this is the Knight of Needles and the Knight of Needles, and they changed it. So that's one of the changes. And maybe it's because they didn't want to have something that looked like the devil in one that is meant for, like, smaller children. But then you've got, like, this guy. Then you got this guy in the next one. It just makes no sense because it's like, are you looking at the rest of the deck? And then we kind of get to another, like, that's a really cool Two of Swords. Okay, well, granted, that's a pretty minimalistic card normally. But then we just get into really lazy cards. A lot of really lazy cards for the Needles. Like, there we go. It's like, did we run out of time? Was time an issue here? See, like, I love that. Like, it's so cool. The clown. People hate clowns. Yeah. I just wish a little bit more was put into these. And if I didn't care so much about the fucking, like, the IP, then I wouldn't give a shit. But, like, the Two of Potions is meant to be the Two of Cups. Like, why is it not Sally and Jack? You know, but we can talk about how destructive that relationship is, but you know what I mean. It just... I don't know, man. Anyway, so this is the side-by-side. It wasn't meant to be a freaking moan about how I wish this deck was better. I mean, pick a copy, any of these. I wish it was better. So that's the Funko and regular Nightmare Before Christmas. So I guess if you really love this IP a ton and you want to have the companion, obviously this has done well enough for them to do this Funko edition for both, but I will always prefer this one. And again, I do wish that they had done a better job with it at the beginning. But I mean, I've had people not like my shit either, and I'm not saying I don't like it. I just wish it was a little bit more thoughtful or more time was spent on it. So that's just my complaining side coming out. So let's have a look at the other one. Okay, so now we come to the villains, and they did change this cover. So they got rid of Dr. Felicia, and they put Hook on here. Same thing, I put everything in order so that you could see. This is the original back, which I love, and this is the Funko back. I love this. This kind of reminds me of the Haunted Mansions wallpaper. It is the same with the other deck, that it's a little bit thicker in cardstock. Now, the Villains Tarot is actually one I think Inside Edition did a pretty good job on. There's not as many cards in here that make me want to rage quit. I still think the Buffy the Vampire Slayer is the best out of all of them because it is fully illustrated, and I was so happy when I found that out. So let's do another side-by-side. Just going to make sure we've got enough room here of this one. And it's similar in the in a lot of respects, right? Even the borders feel a little bit similar. And I love her as the High Priestess. And I adore Disney. I adore Disney villains. I adore Disney. I've been very fortunate to go to Disneyland more than once in California. It was like a childhood dream come true. Literally a childhood dream come true. And I grew up on Disney. So I love the artwork on here. Who did the artwork in this one? I don't know. I'd have to look it up because it's not on the box. The artwork in this is so dope, the original. Ellie Goldwine. And Minerva, again, wrote the book. And I'm not sure how the art direction went with these, with like what was chosen for what, but these are so good. So far, like the Funko one is holding up, I think, in this one. Again, I think it's super cute. I think that teenagers and younger people are going to love it. Reading at a Halloween fair. Oh my God, how can you not love Hades? Oh my God, I love Hades and I love Hercules. It would be really, really fun to bring this out at events. Just spectacular. I think it would be so dope. So, and I think because there's a little bit more in these cards so far, there's more in the Funko Pop one. Like, you know, we got the cards here. And I think it's really cool. Of course, we have Jafar. Sword in the Stone. So cool. Okay, so Ace of Wands, get it. Totally get it. Totally get this one too with can't remember her name, but from the Sword in the Stone. And this is where I start to fall apart again with this deck. Right, but then we have here the Four of Wands and we have Jafar. It's like there's so much in this IP that you could have just done so much. Like, again, we have some that have got, like, this is chef's kiss. Right? If every card was to look like if this was given as much thought, this deck would be, again, an absolute banger. But it's just... But I have to say, in this deck, there are more cards, like as you can see, with more of that design. It's super cute though, hey? The Funko ones, they are really, really cute. But I think for the minimalist experience to work, there has to be something on this. If you're going to copy and paste in a different style, there has to be enough in this one for this one to translate well. That's my thought. And I'd love to hear yours. You know, I love that this is the Two of Coins and he's got the lemna set. Like, you know, but then we have this and it's just like 3 coins with the hyena head. Yeah. And I get the treasure, but I would have loved to have seen the Maui, oh my gosh, what was the name? The crab again, but just the back of the crab. Again, it's like the 6 of coins. I mean, I think that's Ichabod Crane. I don't know. But again, this one's super cool. So yeah, I really struggle with this. I have this love-hate relationship with these cards. You know, so like the 9 of Coins is meant to be a card about wealth and luxury. And I get it. Like he's meant to be, you know, from Robin Hood. He's meant to have these riches. But it kind of doesn't, there's not a lot to go on with that, right? But then you get these really cool cards and then you're like, oh, I love it again. Like, I love that it's a psycho cat. And then you get to some of these ones and you're just like, oh, man. So if you like the way that this is done, that it's very much this copy and paste experience and not every card has got a lot to go on, knock yourself out. I think I would prefer the original. Would I read with this? Totally. Would I bring it out at a Halloween event if I was doing a gig or something like that, absolutely. Do I think it has, I mean, like fucking Ursula is so badass. And I love that Flotsam and Jetsam are there. Yeah, I would absolutely read for it. I think this is definitely marketed towards a younger crowd than me. And I love like young things. I've got tons of decks that you would say are more young. And I think it'll probably do very, very well. But for someone who's been reading for a really long time and with this IP, which is just it's huge. I do think there could have been a little bit more in this, but like that is so cool. Like, like those two, they're so good. And like this is good too. So I wanted to show you so that you knew before you were maybe pontificating getting the Funko versions of the decks. I wanted to do a side-by-side. I could have just done a flip through of the Funko versions, but I wanted to show you. I mean, the boxes are really good for both, right? They've done a really, really good job. And the guidebooks for both of them are full color, but the text is exactly the same. So you're are you getting anything groundbreaking? No. But they are really, really cute. And I think they definitely have a time and a place. I would love to hear whether you would ever get either of them. And I will put the links where you can get all of the versions below. Let me know what you think. So what did you think? Did you agree with any of the points I made? How do you feel about these decks? Are you going to go and get them? I would love to hear your comments, and please leave them in the comment section below because it helps my channel. All of the engagement helps my channel so much. It's free and easy to do. I will see you all next time. I cannot wait to get my Halloween decks and collections out. Ooh, so excited. Hashtag pumpkin season, hashtag let's do this thing, hashtag boo 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 tarot. And I will see you all next time.